Yo everybody, welcome back to the Britball YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Today we have the third team in the NFC East, which is the Washington football team, formerly the Redskins. So hopefully next season we'll be calling them a slightly better name, slightly generic than the football team. But
I think they're going to stick to this. They are the football team.
It's boring. I'm giving up on it already. I want a proper name. But apart from that, we're not here to talk about names, we're here to talk about the last 5 years of first round picks. They go back to 2016. They have had 6 in total. But before we
I love the picks. I love them.
But before we get into the picks, you have a very, very heartfelt message to the viewers at home, which is...
We are starving of subscribers, alright? We're on 10 subs. We've had a fair little bit of views. And the likelihood is right now, you are watching and you're not subscribed. So if you enjoy this video, please make sure you subscribe. It will make us very emotional in a good way. And yeah, let's get straight into this video.
If you get 100 subs, you get a video of me breaking down crying. There you go, I promise. But anyways, let's get involved.
So, firstly, we have one of my favourite players in the league, Chase Young. He's coming into the draft, a physical freak of nature for Ohio State. He looks like, he just looks like a beast. I mean, on the sidelines, he's 6'5", he's jacked up, and he's only like a couple years older than us. It's mental.
He put Joe Burrow in a wheelchair.
Yeah, he put Joe Burrow in a spliff, which I don't even know if that's a US term, but that basically means like he's smoking Joe Burrow pack, basically. He had a great start to his career, which was to be expected. This guy was plug and play, and he got plugged into that mean D-line full of studs, and he's been dominating the stat box. 6 sacks, 5 forced fumbles. He must hit like a truck to cause 5 forced fumbles, and a PFF rating, great PFF rating, and a Pro Bowl in his rookie year. What more do you want from a D-lineman?
Yeah, there's not much that I can say, to be honest. The fact he's got a huge hit and he was Defensive Rookie of the Year. He was that good, and this is a class where there was quite a few defensive players that were in the running, to be honest. Most notably, my one. I'm not salty at all. But apart from that, the kid deserved it. He was brilliant. He reads plays before it happens. He swaps down passes. He pressures the quarterback. He gives tackles a nightmare. He's going to become one of the best edge rushers in the league. There's no doubt. And if not, he already is. He's that good that for rookie season. But with years to come and a good reputation, which he has, he's going to be a brilliant player.
He'll be an A+ pick.
And I have the pleasant surprise of
Ohio State quarterback.
An F for Dwayne Haskins, which, funnily enough, I would still play him above Big Ben in Pittsburgh, but we're not here to talk about that.
Big Ben hate, still alive and well.
Yeah.
Big rape.
He played in 16 games and he has a 3-10 record since he started every game, in which he got 12 TDs and 14 picks, so he's got a negative ratio. That's always good. He was cut by Washington because Ron Rivera didn't like him, and neither did I. Taylor Heineke's clearly a lot better than him. He had an attitude problem since he joined the NFL. And when you think about quarterbacks who have been drafted who aren't going straight to the starting lineup, most notably I think of Tua. Tua was sitting by Fitzmagic's side on the bench every single week, wanting to learn from him, wanting to know what to do, trying to give him pointers to iron out any creases. This guy was on the opposite side of the bench to Alex Smith, chatting to his mates, just here for the fun time.
And post-game, he's in like strip clubs.
Yeah, he's
in the middle of a pandemic.
He's a married man, isn't he? Or he's got a girlfriend at least. He's with someone. He's posing. Oh, that was it. I think I've got it here. He had a girlfriend's party. He had strippers a week before, after a loss to Seattle. He clearly doesn't give a damn at all. He had a draft party when he was drafted, and he had to pay entry to attend. This guy's got an ego that is way over his head. He is not backed up with numbers.
When he got drafted and he had that interview and he was saying, "Oh, the league's going to regret me falling to 15th." I'm sure they regret it.
He's since been cut for being poor beyond belief. He's not taking it seriously, and I think Mike Tomlin he's got the potential to tap into him and sort him out, but mentally he is not at. He's not at it.
The only regret that anyone's feeling in the league is Washington for picking him.
And
it's another failure of an Ohio State quarterback. So hopefully Justin Fields doesn't fall into that. But there's loads of stories with this guy. He's bad attitude. And there's like something with his father, and it's just a mess.
Yeah, and an F. Yeah.
Next, I get the pleasure to cover another successful pick on the defensive side for Washington. One thing they know is how to draft the D-line.
Yes.
And this actually was a pretty skillful pick from them. 26th overall, they traded up to get him. And then they take him as a defensive end, and now they've just managed to slot him into that system alongside Chase Young and alongside a stacked interior, and it still works. And he kicked off this year 9 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and I think he had that play against Dallas where he made the quarterback fumble and picked up and scored a touchdown. Yeah. I think that was him. It might have been Chase Young.
I think Chase Young fumbled it and Montez Sweat running for a touchdown.
Maybe. But yeah, it's just part of that nightmare of a D-line when you've got Montez Sweat coming off one side, Chase Young coming off the other. It's a great thing. And we're definitely going to give this an A because this is their bread and butter. They know how to do D-line.
Yeah, I've got nothing else to add. Daron Payne, the only person on my side that I will talk positively about, as we'll find out later on. But drafted out of Alabama, he started every single game apart from one. His stats in 2020 were amongst pass rushers like Brian Burns, Hassan Reddick, and JPP prior to the end of the regular season. He was that good at D-line. He was that's the next person. His tackling would stop run plays like dead in its tracks. He wasn't afraid to use his size to reduce the pocket size either. He's huge. He plays an important role in a top 10 defense that is studded with stars across that D-line, and he's just another one of them pieces, to be honest. It's a brilliant defense Washington's got, and he's determined to lay down a marker in the NFL if he hasn't already.
Nice. Jonathan Allen. So I'd say this is the best interior D lineman they have. Better than Payne, I'd say. But Jonathan Allen, drafted as a defensive end, another good pick. Drafted as a defensive end, they moved him inside, and he's been a home run. This is a guy who might not fill the stat sheet as much, but all the intangibles he has, he's a great addition to that D-line. He'll cause the pressure, he'll push people out into the edge rushers, and then they get the easy sack. One of the deep metric stats I saw in this, he was top 10 in win rate across D-linemen and across the whole league. Top 10 in win rate, winning his matchup. And that is something money can't buy. 80 PFF rating, we're giving him an A. And overall, you've got to give some credit to the Redskins here to find a defensive end who they thought, we'll play him at defensive tackle straight away, and he's been fine. He's been really good. He deserves a Pro Bowl, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm surprised with another.
I'm all in on this Washington D-line. It's so good to watch.
Yeah, I mean, it was moved on to defensive tackle by Ron Rivera when he came in, and since then he was 4th in tackles and 2nd amongst QB hits, which makes up for the lack of sacks. And some of them, and I've seen people criticise him for having a below-par season because of the sacks. It's like, well, he's a defensive tackle now. What do you expect? He's a brilliant player, and Ron Rivera's going to make him even better. And Josh Dawson.
Woo!
Okay. He spent 3 years in Washington, and he opted out in 2020 because of COVID. He's now on the Jets. I don't think he'll play for the Jets at all, but that's a different story. In the 3 years, he got 8 touchdowns for 1,100 yards. That's his entire career there. His rookie year, 2 starts, 66 yards, 33% catching. That's it. That's what he got. He then was attempted to be traded for over a year. Didn't happen, and he was released. It was nothing. And he has an interesting way of describing how poor he was. So he blamed on the deep roster, and specifically Terry McLaurin, Scary Terry, because Scary Terry was supposed to be a punt returner or a backup receiver in the worst case scenario. But he did so well in camp that he became wide receiver number 1, and this guy was never heard of. He came into the league when he was drafted with a brilliant ability to jump, to beat defenders in the 50-50s, contested balls. Did nothing of the sort when he was here. So he's got a mixture of being outplayed in his own team, in Scary Terry, and the lack of adaptation to the NFL, and it cost him his career. And I don't think he'll get anything. I don't think the Jets will get anything out of him. He's poor.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing this guy's going to get now is practice squad, in my opinion. He hasn't played in 2 years. I mean, you have 7 snaps year 4, opt out year 5. It's just an implosion. And what a disaster this wide receiving class was, really, by the way. Like, you've got Will Fuller, who's popping roids, who is actually not that bad. And then other than that, it's rough.
Yeah.
But, that sums up Washington Redskins. Some defensive picks that are absolutely amazing. We love them. If only they could draft offense half as good as they do defense, it'll be alright.
That would probably be the title of this video. It's just brilliant defense, poor offense, something along
the
the
only
lines.
good offensive pick they've had is Scary Terry in the last 5 years.
He wasn't even a first round pick.
Yeah, so
he was meant to be a punt returner. So
exactly. So they struck gold with that. Hopefully, I think Fitzmagic's going to do well.
I don't understand why there's so much hate around Fitzmagic, because Taylor Heineke stepped up when in the playoffs against the eventual Super Bowl winners. He put on a show against them. He brilliant lunging touchdown that everyone remembers, and he came against his debut against us, I believe, in this last game, or the penultimate game of the season, regular season. And he was brilliant. He slotted right in. He was confident. And Fitzmagic will teach this guy how to do it. But
I think Fitzmagic's good in himself.
Yeah,
like, he's a gunslinger.
I don't see it. Age just a number.
Yeah, exactly. And he's got the beard. He's got the sexy looks. He'll bring eyes, especially female eyes, to the Washington football team. So that ends video today.
Yeah, anyway, that's not draft related. So
we are moving on to the Eagles next.
That'll be the NFC East done after that. Then we'll move to the NFC North. But before then, we've got the Eagles, and we will bring that to you very soon. So